Shalom Israel with I.S.U.P.K. started 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1 West. Under commanding General YAHANNA, established 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribe of Israel. If it's not under the I.S.U.P.K. and commanding General YAHANNA, it's not in the truth. You're wasting your time. Get into this truth. www.I.S.U.P.K. Get a flyer. Go online to www.I.S.U.P.K. and get online and find it. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to our brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathah B'Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Once again, this is Officer Kazak Japar, Officer of 50 or Commission 50. We're going to get into the Lashwan Kodash class Friday night here. The Lord's Prayer, like we talked about last week. We're going to finish it up, or try anyway. We're going to get into prepositions, possessive adjectives. Of course, we'll talk about their nouns. We'll talk about some verbs if I have to. And the tenses of sentences. We'll get in there. We either get into the Tanakh and Proverbs 31. Talks about a virtuous woman. We'll break just a little bit of that down, the sentence. But right now, we'll get into the Lord's Prayer. Guys, come in on the chat and find your way on the chat and let's talk with Israel. As we talked about last week, we'll go straight into it. We'll get into, let's see where we at. Start streaming, yes, we're good. Well, we talked about last week, the Lord's Prayer is Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodesh Haya. Right there. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim. We'll break this down. Kodesh Haya, Ratazaka, Haya, Ratazaka, Haya, Asha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Nathalanawa. I'll have to write the rest on the board, of course. Lakam, Kal Yuam. I'm going to give you guys a little test to see if you can figure out what a preposition goes and a possessive adjective goes, and even what some of these words mean. That way you can put them in your notes, compare them, and the next time when we catch up to this, maybe 3 weeks from now, we do the Lord's Prayer, 2 weeks from now, then you'll be able to grab it. Repetition is the mother teacher. So let's get cracking. Abba Nawa. Abba means our father. Abba Nawa. Father is Abba. Nawa is a possessive adjective. You notice I left the next line vacant from what the preposition, possessive adjective, and tenses are, because I want you guys to come up with it in the chat. See if you can come up with it with me. So the noun here is father. That's Abba. That's why we wrote an N above that. Abba. Whose father? Not just any father. It's our Father. Our Heavenly Father. That's why we said, which is in heaven. It's our Father. That's not like my dad or his father. It's our Father. So do we say Nawa, Abba, Nawa, our Father? In this case, Nawa is a possessive adjective. And that's exactly what it translates to. It's our Father. That's why we did that. Okay? From last week. This is going to be, the first line is a review from last week. I just thought I'd just go back over the whole thing again. And of course, we'll get down to this point, and then we'll erase it, and then do the next 3 or 4 lines, and we'll be done with that. Okay. We have heaven. Now in here, if you see heaven, is Shemayim, which also means waters. Shemayim. And that word is heaven. Shemayim. Of course, we're not doing any, right now I'm not writing in the Assyrian or Paleo, but because we don't have the room. We'll get to that one day. Maybe I'll just do all of the Paleo and the Hebrew of these words. Right now, we're just getting the interpretation of what they actually are, breaking down their tenses and possessive adjectives so you understand how to make words also. Okay. Shaba. Shamayim. Okay. Which. Sha. So that is a preposition. Sha means which. That's exactly what it means right here. Sha. So we'll underline that right there. Means Sha. Okay, now that's a preposition to Shemayim, which is in the Shemayim is a noun. Heaven is a noun. Father is a noun. That's why we put it in above it. That's the nomenclature that we'll be writing here in Lashon Kodash class. Pointing out some nouns, maybe some verbs, prepositions, some possessive adjectives. Ba means in. Ba. Which in heaven. Which in heaven. So far we have Abanawa. It's our Father. Not just any Father, ours. Which is in heaven. I'm pretty sure you guys heard this prayer all through your life. But we're breaking it down in paleo understanding because these words here actually you find them in the Tanakh and you find their translation. And maybe we will go over that a little bit, maybe today or next week. But you'll actually see these words in the Tanakh that we use. Because when I read it, and other officers do also, we read it out of the Tanakh. That's the Tanakh that we read out of. Okay? That's all in Hebrew. It's all in Hebrew. But that's how it's, there you go. It's all in Hebrew. That's out of the Tanakh. See if you read it. That's what we're reading. We're actually reading what our forefathers read long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah, before I was born. Before anybody was born. But listen, we are our forefathers, so I'm sure we read it. When I say Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodesh Haya, sounds like that rolled off my tongue. We must be the people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, or the people of the Lashon Kodash, or the people that recited the Lord's Prayer, or the people that kept the Sabbath, or the people that kept His commandments, His statutes and His commandments. We're the people. We're that people. Okay, so Shabbat Shemayim, preposition, and noun. So put it in your notes. Make sure, like I said, I reply every week. You want to put things in the book so you'll be able to recall it. You know? Okay? Let's see here. We have, if you have any questions, guys, put them in the chat. But we've gone over this before. I know Officer Dawud has gone over this before. We've gone over this a few times. So by now you should be getting used to it. So in your notes, repetition over again, you'll be able to quote this, learn it. You'll be able to know what parts of speech that you're actually pronouncing. That's the whole point. So you just won't see a word. It won't sound jumble up to you. It rolls off our tongue. This is our language, guys. Shabbat, Shemayim, in heavens or the waters. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim. Kodesh simply means holy. That's why we have it up here. Holy, the holy tongue, or Lashon Kodash, it means holy. You see that word in Tanakh? Kodash means holy. That's what it means. Doesn't have any prepositions or anything, just a word that stands on its own. Just simply means holy. Haya means to be. It's always a word that used to, it's like to be. You can't be no better than to be. It's just like, it's hard to even interpret the word. Just be, that I am. Just be. But that's what it is. It means that stands on its own, on its own. Haya, that word is interpreted and translated, as be. So far we have Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya. Okay. Preposition, Shah means which, in is Ba, Shemayim is heaven. That's the noun for it. Salakia, excuse me for a second. Yes. Okay, so we have Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim Kodesh Haya. That is interpreted our Father. Then we'll go to the next line. Ratazaka. It means just what we have written down here. The will. It means your will. Whose will? Now we'll see if you guys understand. If you guys understand what when you say will, ratazah. So we want to make this possessive. So I'm getting you ready, guys, for the next sentence. So which one of these? How do you know that this is possessive? If you're in the chat, type it in the chat, and actually type which one of these. Where's the possession? How do you make it possessive? When you say will, like you can say my will, his will. We're talking about your will, possession, like we own it. Possession. So if anybody in the chat, of course, we'll wait for people to get there, and I'll move on and go on to the next one. But ratazaka, your will, and I'll do this one. Really, ka. When you say ka, that's giving ratazah a possession, and that word, it is a possessive adjective. Ka, your. Whose will? The Father. Abba, Abanawa, our Father. Kodesh Haya, your will. Your will what? Your will. Your will. Be, there's that word again. We had high up here, higher there. See? Be, your will be done. Not just any will, but yours. I.S.U.P.K, be done. That word is translated as to be done. Let your will be done. Not my will, not Kazakh, not anybody, but the Most High's will be done. Where? Well, let's find out. It says right here, Ba'aratazah. Ba'aratazah. Now, that's, here's another word. And we give you a chance there, if you in the chat there, and you know what that means. Which one is the, what do we have? A possessive adjective, or we have a preposition, and we have in earth. So if you know what the preposition or possessive adjective in here, type it in on the chat. Let me know that you're with me, that you're live on Friday night. I know some people are getting off their slavery. Some people are joining us a little late here. But get in class. Like I said, the sisters, get your stand there and not do your 90 days. Get your Hebrew names, brother. Wear all black. Become a trooper. Start out young man, then a trooper into this I.S.U.P.K, home of the truth. Okay. So ratazaka, your will, possession. So we'll write up here above here. That is a possessive adjective. That's what that is. Possessive adjective. And of course, ratazah means will. It's just a noun. And it's a person, place, or thing. Your will, it could be almost a verb, but not really. I ain't an English teacher, but we don't call it a noun right now because it's a person, it's a thing, it's will. It's possessive adjective, like we talked about. Your will, haya, be. I.S.U.P.K, done. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this one right here. Aratazah is earth. It means earth. Aratazah. Of course, this is the prayer that we recite in the morning, the Lord's Prayer on Sabbath morning. We will recite this. And that's one of our prayers, Psalms 83, Psalms 121, all the things that we come into our South Carolina class, Sabbath class, and we'll more than welcome you here. Go online and find out what time. Well, the time is always, it's generally 10 o'clock, sometimes at 9, sometimes 11, but generally 10 o'clock. That's when we do our Sabbath classes. We'll be glad to have you here. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all welcome. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are welcome to our class. Baratazah. So, Baratazah is a noun, but it has a helper. What is that helper? Give you guys a chance. It's going to be ba. I'm going to let you guys do this next line down here. But it's going to be ba. Well, what does ba mean? Well, ba means in. It is a preposition. Right here, ba. That's what it is. Give you guys a chance to catch up and write on the board. Put this in your book. It's important information because if you can do these, you generally can come up with other words and understanding. So one of these days you'll be able to read the Tanakh, especially the brothers, sisters also. Read the Tanakh. Always let the man lead out. But women, you can read this. You can read it. You can be a Proverbs 31 woman also. Help your family out. Help your husband out. Let him do the leading on this. Lashon Kodash. Okay. Then we have a word called kawa. Simply means as. Kawa. Like as in heaven. Or just kawa has a translation as. Then we have that word again. Now we've had be. We've had it 1, 2, 3 times already. Be. Kind of stands up and on its own. Be, just be. You know, it's hard to understand the word, but there you go. Be. Now, we're going to get down to the next line here. Give you guys a chance to catch up. A few seconds there. Bashamayim Nathalanawa Lakam Call You On. That's the Lord's Prayer so far in preposition and nouns. Okay. Let's see. All right. Guys, give you guys a little chance to write that down as we stream live here. I.S.U.P.K. That's where we're going over the Lord's Prayer and we're going over tenses so that you guys can get a better understanding of what you're writing and just saying instead of reciting something. If you can do this right here, there are a lot of you can have your introduction to after you have learned the characters, learn the understanding about what the characters are in Paleo and Assyrian. Then you'll be able to write. You begin to understand when they have these Shabbat Shemayim. You begin to see it. So that's the whole idea. So we have, let's see what we got going on here now. Okay. Then we have, let's see who we have here. Okay. And we have Bashamayim. There again, see if you guys been paying attention. We have a whole big old word here. Bashamayim. There is Yam, Shama, and then Ba. So I want you guys to tell me in the chats, preposition or possessive adjective, where it's a noun, and of course, what does it mean? And if you don't, you know I'm going to give you the answer, so just see if you can come up with it. Tell me what it means. Give you guys a second to come up with that. Okay. All right. Of course, Shemayim. After you've said, as it be, you said, your will be done in earth as it be. So we want to say, heaven, as it be where? We want the will on the earth. That's what the Most High is saying to us. So we're going to write down what it means. Ba, what did it mean before? In. So if that's a preposition coming before, that's what it is. It's a preposition. And then what does that make Shemayim? Well, heaven. And of course it can be translated as the waters. You guys write that down, give you guys a chance there. Give you a chance to write it down so you can have an understanding behind what you're reading. And of course, so we'll say, our Father, which art in heaven, or I'm sorry, which in heaven, holy be, Ratazaka, your will, not anybody's will, but our heavenly Father, Yahweh, His will, Hayah, be, I.S.U.P.K, done, in Baratazah, in earth, Kawa, as it be, or as be, then Ba Shamayim, in the heaven. That's what we want to be able to say, as it is in the heavens. So let's find out what this next one says. It says, Nathan la Nawa. What does that mean? Type that in the chat, guys. See what that means to you. Nathan la Nawa. We have Adrian Clay Ferguson. We have a sister right there, dedicated, always on time. Make sure I get her name written down. She likes the video. Very good, Ada. I appreciate that. You guys make sure you write it down, get everything what you need. Let's see. Adrian. Okay. Good. Okay. We have Shar sharing a video. Officer Sharp. Let's see.
From Las Vegas, Nevada.
And we have, let's see. I have a little difficulties here with my connection here on this end, but I know we're looking at it. Okay, Bashamayim, in heaven. It's a preposition there. There's a noun there, Shemayim. Then we have Nathan Lanawa, which means give us. our. Give us our what? Well, let's see what it says. Let's see. Give us what? You know, only the Most High can give you bread like you need it. So it's talking about give us. So let's write that down. Let's say, give us. Give us. Nathan, give. Who? Nawah. Give us. Now, us, if Nathan, to give. You give somebody, it's like a what, verb? You know, if I'm giving something, that's an action. I'm giving something. Here's some bread, man. Lanawa. Give us. Give us what? Or it says, it's trying to say give us to some bread. But this is a nawa is a possessive adjective, is what it is. And that possessive adjective falls at the end of it. And it's trying to say give to us. That's why you have la. Give to us. Give to us. And the next word, what we should all come to familiarization with. We'll see if you guys know what the next word is. I think I've said it already, giving it away, but let's see if you guys can figure it out. Give us what? Give you guys a few seconds there to pick it out. Oh. There we go. To give us in heaven, give us. Nathan. Always has been. This is our language. To give. The Most High is so good that He will give us our daily bread. You know, when we need it. That's how good He is. You don't have to go and beg nobody for nothing. He'll give you a daily bread. That's what He does for us. Well, if we want to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments, not that He's going to prosper, it's His call. Fit us for the kingdom. Give us the daily bread. That's what we pray for. Because we need bread. We need understanding, bread. We need food. We need bread. Give us. Possessive adjective, Nathan. Give us. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Give you guys a chance to write it down and come up with. Now, let's see here. And of course, what has He given us? He's given us what? Of course, that's what we've been talking about. He's given us bread. Lakam translates to be bread. And as an example, let's write that one down if we wanted to write it. La, then we'll write ka. We'll write ka. We'll write it down in, oops. Let's see, we won't write it in Paleo or Hebrew. Let's see. La, and we'll say ka. Then we'll have Lakam. And then we'll write it, let's say for the sake of writing this, it's Assyrian. We'll write, we'll use another pen. Lakam. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Well, let me see if I can find what I do with the red one there. We'll use black. We'll go ahead and translate this just for the sake of because we don't have enough room on the board. So, Syrian. Yeah, that's good enough. Put a dot here so it won't confuse that. And then we'll write ka. Then we'll write come. La come. Just like that. And then, of course, you have the ending connector there. And, of course, we're trying to give you guys a little overview here and understanding of a little of everything here. We have the ending connector, and that's an M. That's how you write bread. And that's what the Most High is giving us every day. Our daily bread. We need that. All of us need it. Shalom. All of us need our daily bread. That's why we write Lakam. So I wrote it to you in Paleo, and you got it in Hebrew, Syrian in my captivity. So far we got Bashamayim in heaven, give us our daily bread. Now let's find out what call you one means. Let's find out what that is. Let's find out what that really is. Okay? Yawam, if you remember, we did this before. Yawam is day. Yawam is simply a day. We did, remember we were writing our months and our weeks. Where on months we were saying certain days, the weeks we were saying the first day, second day, we were using that word, Yawam. And then call simply means all. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Okay. Excuse me a second. Oh, she got it. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What do we got so far? Yes, we got Adrian. And, okay, Adrian. And Shar. A few other you guys. Let's keep up. Let's see what we got here. Abanawa, our father. Shaba Shemaya, Kodesh Haya. Ratasaka, Haya. Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya. That's what we repeat. Bashamayim. You see some duplicates here. Bashamayim again. In heaven. In heaven. This time over here we say Shah. Ba Shemayim. That means which in heaven. That's prepositions. Over here we just say in heaven. Nathan Lanawa. It's a verb. Nathan, to give. It's an action. Give us. Lanawa. Give us to bread. That's what la means to. I didn't put it up there, but that's really what it means. To. Give us to bread. Okay. And then we have, okay. See, half friends, okay, good. And then we have all day. Now, the Most High is going to give you bread some of the day, or would you rather have it all day? All you want. And like we said, we write Hebrew from right to left. It's repetition, guys. If you already know it, just take a note of it, put it in your book. Just feel good that you know it already. I try to do things in repetition so the understanding will come through as we do things in repetition. Makataza Yahawada is watching. Shalom, shalom. Katazah Yahawada. I think your officer, sir, if you are, just say yes in the chat there. I know you're watching there. If you are, shalom, sir. Katazah Yahawada, Adrian, Shar. Have a few people, okay. Now, we'll give you guys a chance to write that down because I'm going to erase some of this so we can move on to the next lines. Okay. So I think that we can probably erase this first line here. We've been over this before. Prepositions. Yeah. Now you can get a better understanding. As you can see, guys, that you get a better understanding of what prepositions and possessive adjectives do with a verb or a noun. I'm sorry. What you can see what it does. It prepares it. It allows you to just use la, wa, ba. Instead of writing it down, you can pluralize it. You can make it feminine. You can make it masculine simply by adding one of the prepositions or the possessive adjectives by adding the one of the possessive adjectives, and you can make it plural, feminine, male, masculine. Okay? So, let's erase this, and we'll keep the last line on there, and we'll get to the rest of the Lord's Prayer here. I wrote an example of what the Assyrian and interpretation, the translation of what they are. But I don't want to do that for the whole world. We'll be all class and use all the time, but for that. Okay. Let's find out what else we got here. It says, Wasaluk Nawa. Wa Salak. Wa Salak. Oops. Wa Salak La Nawa. Let's find out what that is. Wa Salak La Nawa. Then we say Kawabwa. Ka Wab Waf. Then we say Kawab Waf what? Nawa. We're using that Nawa again. There you go. Okay? Kawab Waf Nawa. Then we say over here Kasalak. Kasalak Nawa. Let's figure out what this means. What is the Lord? What is the Most High trying to say to us in this prayer here? Let's figure it out. Okay? So basically, when you say Salakia, you're saying forgive. That's what the word is. That's what it says. Salakia. Forgive. Say Salakia. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Forgive who? Then when you want to say wa and forgive. So we'll say wa. So we're saying and, don't forget us. And forgive. That's what he's saying. And forgive. And forgive what? And forgive us. There's that na again. Us. Now us is what? It's a possessive adjective. Possessive adjective. That's what nawa is. Us. That's what it says. The key word in here is salakia. Salak. Salak. That's the key word that you're trying to understand here. Salah. Forgive to us. So la would be like to. That's this word. Oh, I'm sorry, word. It's like a, la is actually a preposition, but it's going for the us. So salak, forgive to us, and forgive to us. And that is a preposition. Forgive is a noun. Or, let me see, forgiveness can actually be, let's see, it's almost like a verb. It is, I mean, it's a thing, it's a noun. We can say a verb, it's an action. So forgive. So we're going to say a verb now. I mean, you know, but we know it's an action. So we're going to say, let's make it as a verb right now. Because salat means to forgive. If you're forgiving something, it's an action, that's a verb. So we're going to call preposition over here for wa, that's a preposition. Possessive adjective is nawa. So I'll give you guys a chance to write that down. Guys, if you have anything to write in your chat, if you have anything to write in the chat for understanding, just go ahead and put it in there and we'll go over it. And it's kawabwaf nawa. And what in the world does that mean? Okay, kawabwaf. Well, first of all, we see this nawa again, so you know. Let's see what that means. Let's see what it means. Our or us is what it means. Well, what is that? Kawabwaf is debts. Is debts. Now, nawa can be us, or in this case, it can be our. In this case, it is our. So you notice at two different places, you have the word nawa. Wasalab nawa is saying us, forgive to us. Wa, and forgive to us. Kawabwaf means not debt us, our debts. So it's trying to take hold of this word debt. Debt is a noun. And it's trying to say it needs a possessive adjective. And that's what we did right here. Possessive adjective would be our. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Kawabwaf nawa, wasalab nawa. Forgive to us. Kawabwaf nawa. Our debts. Once again, like I said, we write Hebrew from right to left. Okay, what does kasalak nawa mean? Let's get into that one real quick here. Kasalak nawa. Let we have that nawa again. Look at, we have nawa 1, 2, 3 times in the same sentence area. We see salak. We see salak. There it is again. So salak must mean what? Forgive. It means forgive. Forgive what? Break it down. And what does ka mean? What does ka mean? If anybody knows in the chat, you can write it down. Have Mardakia, welcome Officer 500, newly raised Officer 500. So Officer Mardakia in the chat. Water, sir. Give you guys a chance to write that down, Mardakia. And Officer Makataza and Miss Sister Adrian Clay Ferguson there. So let's find out, what is ka? Well, ka is a preposition. What does it mean? You guys know? Give you guys a chance to. What does that preposition mean? Look in your notes, guys. Check it out. Let's get some participation. Look in your notes. Take a guess. If we're saying forgive to us and forgive to us, wa, preposition, our debts. Kawab, waf is debts. Nawa is our. What are we forgiven? We're forgiven. Forgive what? But basically, ka could mean as we forgive. What is nawa? Israelite or as we forgive, or as our forgiveness, we or our or us. You know, that's so we want to say, you want to say as we forgive. This as we forgive is what it means. So you can see nawa takes on a few meanings here. Our, us, we. As we forgive. Okay? And because so it's a preposition. The salak again would be if it's a verb over here. It's forgive is it's an action. So we're saying as we forgive. Okay. We'll erase this other part down here. Give you guys a chance to write that. With I.S.U.P.K. Start off 125th Street, 1 West, 125th Street. All in New York, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Officer Kazakh Shapar, doing the Lashawan Kodash class. Lashawan Kodash means holy tongue. We're doing prepositions, possessive adjective, the tenses, the verbs and noun. As you can see, the preposition, we're breaking the Lord's Prayer down so we'll have a better understanding of what's going on, with how we read things. Of course, you get a good handle on this, you'll begin able to write sentences on your own. But right now, that's what we're doing. So, let's write the next line here. Let's just go ahead and write the next line. Okay. We're going to write, what do we write? Kabwaf Yanawa. Kabwaf Yanawa. Well, let's write that. What does that mean? Kawab Waf Ya Nawa. There's that nawa again. It appears again, doesn't it? Okay? And then we'll say wa. And guys, you've heard this word before, la'ah. La wa la'ah. Then we have taba. Let's give it some room over here. Ta, ba, ta, ba, ya. Oh boy. Gotta make room here. Ta, ba, ya. Ya. There we go.
Stop! Stop it! Get a different color.
Nawa. Okay. Tabayanawa. Tabayanawa. Then we have a word over here. It's a different word. Popular word. Banasa Ya One. Let's figure out what this stuff means here. Banasa Ya One. So we're saying Kawab Waf Yanawa. Kawab Waf. There it is again. That's that word again. Remember? So we know that means debts. And then when you're looking at words, that's why we picked the Lord's Prayer here, because it's a familiarity with the same words, so you guys get an understanding. Kawab Waf Yanawa. That way you can understand it. And this time, it means what? It's debts, but it means what? There's definitely something on the end there that makes it a little different. It's talking about our debts, or my debts. So, but it's our debtors. This time it's our debtors. Over here it was our debts. So it's our debtors. Why? The same word, but only this time we putting some some possessive adjectives on there. We're gonna make it a different word. When we say ya and now, when we put those two together, ya is my or me. We put my / me. Okay? That's what that means. And then, of course, we have our debtors. So, our debtors. So when you say Yahnawa, you're really saying our. You're really saying our debtors. That's what you're really saying. Just to put the two together, that's what we're really saying when we say that word. Our debtors. Kawabwaf Yanawa. All of that means, even Yanawa, I had to put that on there. When you put Yanawa, is our, us debts, our debts, our debtors. Whose debtors? They were our debtors. So that would be a possessive adjective. Actually, there's two of them together right here. Possessive adjective. We put all that together, and it means our debtors. That's what it means. Because it's saying our debtors. That's what it says. Our debtors. Then we're going to put I'm sorry. Let's go back to wala'a. Let's go to wa. La'a. Now everybody knows la'a means not. It means not. That's what it means. But wa is a preposition. What does it mean, guys? Type it in the chat. You see it on the board? Type it in the chat. What does that mean? Give you guys a chance. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Type it in the chat. See what that means. What does wa mean in this case? In this tense here? Wa. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Hand it to me now. You will
Okay? Wa in this case means and. Just like we had it up here. And forgive us, wa. That's a preposition that means and. La'a is not. And not. That's what it means. And not. So it's added, when you add it to not, for wala and not. Then we have another word over here. Thabayanawa. You guys have any problems reading that, let me know. Thabayanawa. 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 Thabayanawa means to what? It's interpreted as to lead. Lead who? Let's figure out what that is. To lead who? To lead thee. Or that's a preposition, means thee or thou. So what it's really saying is lead us. That's what it's saying. Thee or us, or pretty much what it means. So it's yeah, thabayna. Yes, that's right. Tha, thee or us. And so that's what we do. It says lead us. Or lead thee, or lead us, or in this case, or thou, or some old English words there. But that's pretty much what it means. It's just lead us. Tha ba ya na wa. Hope you guys can read that okay. Let me write that a little better. Tha ba ya na wa. That right there. To lead us. The bayanawa. To lead us. Or to lead. Nawa again on the end there will give you us. Sorry, wrong place there. The baya, nawa. To lead us. The ba ya nawa. The or thou lead us. That's what it's really trying to say. It's saying the, or the is trying to say thou lead us. Our debtors, and not thou lead us, and not thou lead us. And I won't put that there, but that's what it really means. And thou, and not lead us, and let thou, and thou, not, I'm sorry, it's sloppy. Thou or thee, our debtors, and not thou lead us, or thou or thee. That's the preposition up here. And we can go ahead and put it there. But now again is another preposition there. Us, there it is, there it is again. And like I said, you can put, I'm sorry, it's not a preposition. Apologize. It's a lot. That's a possessive adjective. Possessive adjective, right there. Nawa. Thou, that's a preposition. That means thee, thou, and not thou lead us. Then let's get into the next word here. Nasayawan. Ba, nasayawan. Well, there you get ahead. You have another ba. See all these possessive adjectives? That's why we picked the Lord's Prayer, because it has so many of them up in there. Next time we get over this, you'll understand that you'll be able to pick them out well yourself and understand it. We have nasayawan. And it's ba. So what does this mean here? nasayawan. Nasayawan means temptation. 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 It's a thing. So it's a noun. Also can be interpreted as a verb too, because it's an action. But nah, you ain't did it yet, so we'll leave verb off. We'll just say now. Temptation. There it is. What kind of temptation? In temptation, because ba is a preposition. We'll give you guys a chance to write that down here. Ba is actually a preposition. You guys write that down, take your time. Even though you've done it before, haven't done it before, we'll move on to something else. We'll get into knock and we'll interpret a sentence here. Give you an idea of sentence structure. When I actually will write a sentence in this tense. And the tenses that go with it, so you'll understand it. Okay? Give you guys a chance to understand that and write that down. Okay? So what do we have? Forgive us. Forgive to us. Salak nawa. Salak nawa. Kawabwaf nawa. And forgive to us. Or and forgive us. Kawabwaf nawa. Our debts. We have some debts. Forgive. Then it says ka salak nawa. Salak, there it is again. We said salak here, there's a key word right there. Forgive. As we forgive. As we forgive. You see. And there's nawa again over here. Got to put it down, but it's actually a possessive adjective. It's a possessive adjective. Okay? As we forgive. That's what it means. Hasalak nawa. As we forgive. Like I said, wa, we, our, can all be interpreted. Possessive adjective. Our, us, we. Okay? Then we said, we're going to erase this in a second here. We're going to say, kawabwaf ya nawa. So you see what these possessive adjectives do to a base word. Kawabwaf, debtors, our. Thabayanawa. And then of course you have wala'a stuck in there, and not. Thabayanawa, lead, thou lead us, and not thou lead us, don't lead us into temptation. Temptation. Nasayawan, temptation. In. Give you guys a chance to write that down. I'll erase it and we'll go to the last, I think it's the last, we got two more and then we'll be done with the Lord's Prayer and we'll move on to something else here. Thank you guys for being patient. It's Friday night, Lashawan de Kodash class, Kazak Shafar. Next week I'm going to do some matching. We're going to go through matching numbers along with their perspective match, and I'll show you how to do that a little later here. But anyway, you guys give you about 10, 15 more seconds to write that down so you'll understand. Okay? All right. Well, we'll erase this off the board here. We'll move on to the next few sentences here, and we'll be done with the Lord's Prayer for a while. And I hope you guys are keeping up with this as well as sometimes people have to understand, you say, wow, I see these words, I don't know how to translate them, but sometimes, I read them right out of the Bible, out of the Tanakh, and interpret them, looking them up, then I know exactly what they mean. That's the whole point of knowing Hebrew. So you'll understand when you see something in our holy writings, you say, I have no idea what that means. Well, now you do when you read it. You'll get to the point where you see, well, we'll go ahead and erase this one too. When you get to the point where you see in the Tanakh or in the Bible, if you have a good Bible and you ever see the Hebrew for that word, you'll see the original words that was written by the prophets. We're priests and prophets of the Most High. So it's our job to make sure we understand what these words mean. So we have a ball. Let's write it here. Let's write it down right here. Let's see what we have. A ball. A ball. And then we have our shanawa. Wa. Shai. Nawa. There's that nawa again. Keeps popping up right there. Our shanawa. Mayan. Right. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. We'll write right here. Rai. We'll write Laka over here. You got just enough room. Yeah, we got it right there. Let's do that one right there without writing everything else under it. Let's see what this means. A ball. But that's what it means. Ball. And if you were to write that word, it'll look like this. It'll say let's write it in there it is. Ba. This is paleo. Then we'll write an L there. That is paleo for a ball. And of course we'll write it over here another color. Since we got the time just for some illustration, just in case you guys forgot your characters, how to do that. We'll write it in Assyrian right here. We'll write it right down under it. Let's say like this. Ba. Well, sorry, write the connector. I probably forgot it on the last one there. Ball, like that. So, A is an independent connector. Ba and La, those are dependent connectors. Ball, a ball. And then the Assyrian for it would be, let's write it over. Yeah, let's write it down onto it. Okay, we'll say Ba. And then we'll write an L here, like that. That's the Syrian. It means all of that. A ball. But Hawash Nawa. But Hawashanawa means to deliver, to deliver. Hawashanawa. Okay, let's see what it is. To deliver. To deliver. And to deliver. Let's see. Why do they have a ha and an I? Okay, let's find out. The. But it's a word, you put it like, you put the preposition on as ha, is the deliver, our, the deliver us. The deliver us, or to deliver us. That's what it really means. Deliver us, to deliver us. On the end there's the. It's a preposition in front of it. So it's the deliver. Deliver us. So we'll just leave that off right there, but that's what it is. This is a possessive adjective here. Now us, deliver us. Or just deliver. When I say deliver us. But deliver us from mayan. From. That word is to say, well, we'll write it in a little different color here. From. Okay? From what? Rai means evil. You see people sometimes don't act right? Our people, because they're evil. That's what their spirit is. Don't want to cooperate, just plain evil. Wicked. Oppressor. He's that too. So deliver us from this evil. Kaya. For. Make sure you guys can see this. Now I won't hear possessive adjective. There we go. And then we have a word over here, to or you, laka. Deliver us to you. Deliver us from evil. For what? For you. That's what this is all about. Laka. To you. Who is the you? Okay, let's read this. But deliver us from evil for or to you. For you. For the Most High. That's what it's really saying. For the Most High. For you. And then we'll have, let's see, we'll erase this off of here. Let's go to the next line. Let's see. Just for your notes, I may do one. Let's see, Mayan. Let's do that one right here. Ma. Paleo Hebrew. We'll do Paleo. Ma. Then we have, let's see, Ya. What are we trying to do here? Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Mayan. And of course we have over here Ma, Ya. Then over here we have an ending connector there, so we'll have to say, get another, let's get another pencil there. So we say Ma, then we say Yan. We'll have to join those two together with a dependent connector. Yan, right here. Ma, Yan. Ma, Yan. Hebrew right to left. And then, of course, there's Paleo, and of course, this is Assyrian, right here. Ma, Ya, then we have the ending connector right here. Right there. Yan has this end. Mayan. Mayan. Just kind of did that out of memory. We have Shara Banyamyam. All right. Shara Banyamyam. Glad to have you. I assume that's not, don't want to guess. Let me see. Shara Banyamin. Type in the chat what you are. I believe that's what gender you are. I believe it's a sister. Shara Banyamin. I know Adrian's there. She's definitely a woman there. Sister. Type in the chat so I'll make sure I get it right. Shara Banyamin. Glad you're watching us, joined us. If you're a sister, just type yes. Male, M or F, or male or female. I don't understand. We'll have Rye. We'll move on to Rye here. I'll go ahead and interpret that one. I'm sorry, interpret. I'll go ahead and write that one down. Let's do the paleo for it. Rye. Ra. Well, use a better pencil though. Let's use blue. Stay with that. Rye. And then we have sort of like that. Looks like a 40 backwards, but that actually is the word rye. It means evil. Shara Banyamin. Okay. Said Makataza Yahweh and 5 others. Shabaya Allah. Welcome you, brother. My brother. Sir. Okay. Then we'll write the Syrian for this. Evil. We'll write the Syrian. We simply turn a R into the Syrian. It'll look like this. And you see it in the knock, it'll look sort of like that. A little widespread, and then you have an I, of course, like a little small little Y looking thing there. Right. When you see that in the Tanakh, in our Hebrew writings, in the Syrian, that's what it'll look like. It means evil. Rai. That's of course paleo right there. Kaya, 4. So let's write that down. Let's do this one. Ka. Yeah, that's ka. That's right, ka. Ka. And then we have ya. Then over here, okay, so I see it a little better there. Here's the blue again. All right. The ka here, ka, then we write ya. That's how that word looks for kaya, kaya. In Assyrian, that's of course paleo right there. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Put that in your books there. Kaya. And of course we have laka, you. We'll write that one down. La, since we got time, a little time here. La. That, and then we simply write ka. Over here, same thing. La. Then we write, instead of writing this ka, we'll have an ending connector going on here. So that ending connector, that's what you have to watch out for. Instead of writing there, see if you guys Give you a chance to write that down. I'm trying to get you to participate if you need to. Just in case, we'll give you a few seconds there. For the any connector, it'll look like this. Almost like that one, only it's got a little shorter and it's not as bent, but that's the ending connector for paleo, laka. Okay? All right, now we'll write the last line down here. Well, maybe we might be able to get them all on one line. So give you a chance, guys, to write that down. Give you a chance to write it down. There we go. We'll write the last few lines down here of the Lord's Prayer, and we would have done that. We'll be done with that for a while. I think you guys got the idea. Ha-malakwaf. Let's write that down. Ha. Ma. Lak. Waf. Ha-malakwaf. What does that mean? Well, right away we see that we have the preposition the. Well, let's write it down. Let's write it down below it. The. And it's a preposition. And then we have a word here, malak and dom. You put malak waf together and you have the word kingdom. Kingdom. That's what it says. It's what it's translated as. It's king domain, or kingdom. That's what it means, kingdom. Okay? Malak, king, and waf, domain. That's what it means. It's translated, the preposition. Then we have wa'ala. Wa. Let's see. Wa. La. Where did we get this word from? What does that mean? Wahala. Slovakia. We got to make sure we put all of it down here. Wa. Ha. Allah. Wahala. Well, Allah means power. When you hear people using our word, Allah, it just simply means power. That's all it means. It just means power. It's not that you don't call God like that. He is powerful, but his name is Yahweh. For our blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Allah is just the word power. But when you want to say our God, the one who we worship in Shemayim, heaven, that is a different word. That's Yahweh. Yahweh. Okay? And then say Wa'ala. What does this mean? All right? And we used this word before. We used this preposition before. And ha is the, and the power. So we wrapping it down now. We got a preposition here, and we got another preposition. The, back-to-back prepositions. We've had this before. You guys, I guess you're gonna get tired of saying, "Oh, he's got a lot of prepositions." Well, that's the whole point. So you understand So when we get back into writing other things, you'll see things that we have as sentences, or you begin to read the Tanakh, you'll understand Waha and the, Waha and the, and Allah is power. And the power. So you have the kingdom and the power. We're winding it down now. We're coming toward the end. Waha, fa. So let's do that. Let's give ourselves some room here. Wa, ha, tha, pa. I think it's rough. Let me check my spelling on that. Let me make sure. Waha, tha, pa, araf. Salakia. Waha, tha, pa, oops. Waha, tha, pa, ra. I think that's the correct one. I think I got it right that time. Let me see. Waha, the, pa, ah. There we go. Then we had ra, the. There we go. That's better. And what that says is wa, and we'll write it down because they have prepositions going on here. Preposition again, and ha, there again, the, and the, okay, and the paraf means glory. Well, we say, and the glory. And really, and the of thou, and the paraf, glory. That's what that word means. Wahat the paraf. Then we'll write another word down here. We'll say, I believe it's la. La'a walamyam. Wa'a wa yum. Wa'a walamyam. That's right. That word, it's not a hard word actually. It means forever.
Sit down. Sit down. Let go of my shirt.
And I can't interpret what that means. I don't have the understanding to understand what forever means. It just simply means it doesn't run out. Time doesn't run out. That's what it is. Forever. La walomyam. And then amen. And we're at the end here. We'll say aman.
Because he's having
What does that mean?
No, you cannot.
Aman simply means so be it. So we've gone through the Lord's Prayer. So be it. So be it. You have to give you a chance to write that down and understand what it means. Hamalakwa, the kingdom. Wahala, the power. Wahat the para, the glory. Wahat the para, and the glory. Understand the prepositions, understand the possessive adjectives, and the way we wrote things in a sentence there. and tenses that you'll understand what they mean. Okay? But we had, like I said, we're glad that we had Adrian play first and always in class. We thank you, sister. Makataza, Maradakia, Officer Maradakia, Officer Makataza, Officer Shababaya, La, Shabayala, sorry, Slocky. Then we had a Shirah Bayamyan. So we had a few people in class today. Make sure we put you on the class roll, and those who are not already in the school, we'll make sure we got your attendance down so that you'll understand you get credit for this class. I mean, this class, you're not going to get this sort of understanding anywhere in the world, is what we do. Because we're writing the Paleo and the Assyrian. Who else does that? Our oppressor tries to write Assyrian, but when he does, he has to put little dots here because he can't pronounce things the way they should be. He can't do it. Because it's not his language, it's not our tongue. He'll write stuff like bond, he'll say bov. And he'll put little dots on there to make it sound like bond. And he's trying to say bov. Spitting all over the place. That's what our president, a culture bandit. That's all he does. But what we really have is actually the actual Hebrew. Lashwan Kodash, Paleo, and Assyrian. The language that we had in captivity. They tried their best to change it. But that's why I always get the Paleo first, and then I go to the Syrian later. Because I know the Paleo is the correct. When they have it written in the Tanakh, it's written down correctly, but the way it's pronounced is the way they try to pronounce it. And the oppressor doesn't know how, so he'll just make up something. That's what it seems like to me. So let's wind down to the end here. We'll have, I didn't get into a whole lot of the, let's get into, we got just a few more.
And jump off of me.
Let's get into something like, you guys have that written down. I hope you guys understand that. So we'll go ahead and erase that. Write it down in your book. And write it down and compare it to what you already have known in your books. So next week, we're going to go over some more Lashwan Kodash, but we'll get off preposition and tenses for a little while. And we'll go into some understanding of vocabulary, how they relate. And I was writing down out of the Tanakh. It says out of Proverbs 31 and 27. It says, and I was actually had to translate it. Tawa taza wapaya. She looketh well. Halak waf. Halak yakwa. That means to the ways. And bayat. Bayatha. So let's write that down. Let's write down what this actually means. So we got just a little bit of time here. Taza. This is something new, but it's actually something old. Well, I've never done it in class here, but we're going to do this. Proverbs 31 and 27 out of the Tanakh in the Bibles, but it talks about who can find a virtuous woman. Okay? That's what we have. Tazawa, Pa, Ya. Ya. She looketh well. Is what it translates to. She looketh well. That's what it says. That's actually the word in the Tanakh. Tazawapaya. Okay? And you can see this possessive adjective right here on it. Possessive adjective is talking about, we use I when we're talking about she, or I, or her, or she. So she looketh. So it means to look well. But who's doing it? She is. And what is she doing? To the ways. We're going to say to the ways. Okay, let's say that. Let's say ha, lock, halak, halaka, yak. Well, I need a Y in there. Halak. Let's get it right here. We won't get it right at all. Let's get it right. Hala, ya. There we go. Waf. Okay? And that is to be translated as to the ways. To the ways. Now that could be, it's like feminine and plural. Because what she's saying is like, this is what she does, present tense, or you can say feminine and plural. Hala yakwaf, to the ways. Taza wapaya, she looketh well. Write that down, guys. Get it in your notes. Hala yakwaf. This is in the Tanakh in Proverbs 31 and 27. Out of the King James Version. Gotta use the King James Version, guys. Can't use anything else. But that's how the Tanakh is written. As I read it, that's the word that's actually there. She looked well. Halak, ya, waf. To the ways. To the ways of what? Well, let's see. Ba, yaf. What is ba, yaf? Ba, yaf, not only ba, yaf, is ba, yaf, ah. There's that ah again. Now you know it's talking about a woman. It's a past tense. Something that she's doing, something that she's done, that's because she's always in the busy of doing this. She's going to go to the ways, what? Of her household. She ain't minding nobody else. She's minding her household, helping her husband, and the ways of her household. This is how you get in order. This is how the women get in order, the ways of her household. And if you notice the word bayaf, which means house. There it is right there. That's the word. Ah. Her. You. It's actually, it means, it means you. It's a future tense. It's a future tense. You can have it as a future tense. And it's you. It's feminine. And it's plural. In other words, plus plural. In other words, is her household, or how households are, many women are doing this. Her household. That's trying to say women do this, more than one woman. Plural, future, ah, baya'af, of her household. Okay? Now what is she doing? Well, she's doing this. Wa, la, come. We just got through reading lakam in the Lord's Prayer. Everybody knows that means bread. And so that's what it means. It's and the bread. And the bread. Yeah, we still got a little time here. And the bread. And she says, and also that means walakam. That's what the word is in the Tanakh, walakam. Then it's got I, ta, za, ataza, ataza, lawaf. Ataza, lawaf. There again. There's it again. It says, basically, I didn't want to write that one just right away. Let me erase that before I do that. That'll come last. And the bread she eateth not. She eateth not the bread of idleness. Basically, it's what that's really saying. She eateth not. Sometimes they write things in the in an old English way, and they seem like they're taking them out of texture, out of the structure of the sentence, the way the English writes it here. But basically, that word would be la, out of the Tanakh, la. Let's see, what is that? I think it's la, tha, hava, hakal. That's that word. She eateth not. And it's good words. I thought I'd throw this in because that's reading right out of Proverbs 21. That statement right there out of the Bible. And of course you have the, and is another preposition right here in front of it. Lakam is bread, of course. We know what that is. It's bread. Lakam, right there. Sorry, lakam, because we know what wa is. Ha, we know what that is. That's two. I'm sorry, the. Ooh, make sure. The or the. You know that's a preposition for that. So they're all over the place. Halawaka, hala, yawaf, the ways. And then she looks, then this guy says, baya ta'a, of her household, walakam, and the bread, she eateth not, of what? Now, of idleness. This woman is not idle. She's working. That's what this means. So we'll put let's put down what the Tanakh had, and actually what the Bible has. Ataza la waf. Okay? Of idleness. Idleness. Okay? So to give you an idea of what's in the Tanakh, thought I'd throw that in. There's a little flavor in there. So you guys understand that in reading the Tanakh, Proverbs, for those who stayed there, Adrian, Makataza, Maradakia, also Maradakia, Makataza, Shabayala, Sharai Badyami, Shar. This is what the Tanakh is actually reading. This is what it's saying and how we use it. So you'll understand possessive adjective is also a future possessive adjective over here. This is what she's doing for her household. She does it every day. Possessive adjective. And that's why it's this. I noticed that this used past, present, and future. It is tenses, because that's what this woman is doing every day. She's looking to provide household bread to help her husband out, and household and bread. She eat them not the bread of idleness. That's what that's really saying in the Tanakh. So as we wrap up class, understand that the Lashon Kodash has a lot of breakdowns in it, and you have to understand. We'll go over some vocabulary, and we'll make some sentences out of the vocabulary. We'll use numbers, and so next week we'll leave that there for you to write down. But next week we're going to do a little space here. Next week we're going to do some sentences. We'll also go back over the there we go, the sentences, and we'll use some vocabulary. We'll break those words out. We will break those words out in the vocabulary. Of course, we use sentence structure, but we're trying to form sentences. Like if I would say, let's see, let's go and use something like, well, we got just a few minutes here. If I was to say a word like we used last week, if I said good morning, it's tawab bawakwa. So you'll understand. We can communicate with each other. How was your day? And so I'm sorry. So we say good morning or good evening. We'll say good morning this time. Tawab, good, bawakwa. But tawab for a female has to have a tense on it. It has to have a possessive adjective. Tawab bawakwa. And how was your day? Well, we say I.S.U.P.K, but we don't want to say ka yawam. We want to say I.S.U.P.K. For the female, is for the for the male and female, it's I.S.U.P.K. So how is ayah is your day. Now ka is your, but you want to put it in the end of yawam, which means day. So it's your day. So possessive. Yawam-ka, 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 possessive adjective. So we have to put a ka on the end there, like this. See if you can guys see this little. We want to say yawam. That means day. We just had it, call yawam, all day. But if you want to say, how is your day for masculine and feminine, it's going to be yawam-ka. Then, of course, if you want to do that, that's yawam-ka. That's masculine and feminine. If you want to say his by itself, you say yawam-wa. Let's do this. Ya, wam, ya. If you're talking to a male, see, this is masculine and feminine. If you're talking to a female and a male, yawam-ka. But if you're talking to a male, it's yawam-ya. And of course, if you want to talk to a female as your day, sharp on, yes sir, we got you here, sharp. You want to say yawam-ha. Yawam-ha. Ya, wam, and you want to say ha. Like that. That's for female. And those or possessive adjectives. Well, we'll put it just, we'll circle it right there. Those are possessive adjectives. Like I said, to reiterate, if you want to say male and female, it's yawam-ka. If you want to say Male for day is Yawamwa. So how's your day? If you want to say for female, it's Yawamha. And that's how you really write that down. And it's like and we'll go over that. We'll go over some more of this next week. When we say a yak, Yawamka.
Hush.
We'll show you why the possessive adjective takes hold of that and creates a whole nother word. This has a meaning to it. We have a Josiah Davis, yes. We've had you in class there before.
Sit.
And Officer Shar. As I finish out the attendance here, we're going to do the announcements because we're about at the end of the class here. Like I said, we have Adrian Clay Ferguson, Officer Makataza, Officer Maradakia, Sharai Banyamyam, Shabaya Allah, Officer,
Boys doing stuff they got no business.
and Josiah Davis. Of course, we have Shar. Okay. But that's pretty much what they mean. And we're going to go over more next week. We're going to go over a lot of this vocabulary and how it's used into a sentence. How do we use the tenses again? That's how you get good at doing this. How you do prepositions and possessions, possessive adjectives. We'll get into that also. Okay? So we'll read the security announcements. Hope you guys enjoyed class, and we'll have you back in class again. But here's the security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother and sister: when a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are not to be saluted. They are to be saluted only, Salaki. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother and sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Then it's tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10 means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. The priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming convocations. Of course, we still have the Passover. It's trying to happen. That's to be announced. Get with your camp leader or your officers in the school. And of course, we have Feast of Unleavened Bread, I believe, coming up. First fruits, I believe, coming up sometime soon here. What is that? April 10th, Friday, April 17th, sundown. Sorry, no. Yeah, in April. That's going to be a while here. April 10th, Friday, April 17th. Find in Exodus 12, 17, 20, Leviticus 23, 7, a little far off. No, I'm sorry. No, that's already been. I'm sorry, so Salakia. Anyway, we'll be looking for Salakia. What we're really looking for is the Passover to happen. You find that in Exodus 12, 151, Leviticus 23, 4 to 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. To be announced, of course. So hang on, stay in class, and get your announcement. Tune in www.I.S.U.P.K. Remind the Akim and Akwaf, that's brothers and sisters, plural, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots and shirt, pants and headbands and scarf. That's what we do here in I.S.U.P.K. And as we wind down class,